This comment was left on a video in which I was showing you how Donald Trump appears to have trouble reading. I believe he can read, but I believe he has trouble reading in real time. A representative of the British government showed up with a letter from King George, and it was for Donald Trump to read in front of the press. And Donald Trump read it silently and went, "Oh wow," like he knew what he was reading, and then told the guy from the UK, "Go ahead and read that for everybody," because I believe that while Donald Trump can read, Donald Trump has trouble reading on the fly. Anything he doesn't have a chance to rehearse over and over and over again. Anything he doesn't have a chance to practice. And even when he does have a chance to practice and rehearse it, he still fucks things up. Now this person says, how does he stay on point with a teleprompter during speeches? You are reaching, Tom. The only person between the two of us that's reaching is you, if you think Donald Trump has ever stayed on point during a speech. He rambles and riffs more than anybody. He goes rogue and he starts improvising more than anybody I've ever seen. So you're going to need to show me this alleged speech in which Donald Trump stays on track. Hell, I'll bet good fucking money, dollars to donuts, that in his State of the Union speech, he doesn't stay on track, that he rambles and he riffs like he always does. And oh, by the way, Donald Trump reading a teleprompter, here's some examples of that.
I know words, I have the best words. In 1870, President Ulysses S. Grant, that beautiful Orion space capsule, the combat infantryman badge of our nation as a sovereign country. A lot of work has been done, a lot of renovation. If you look at some of it, defensive missions and missiles, your devotion, prowess, then you will gain momentum. Heroin alone, if you look at the heroin epidemic, the federal government is conducting an aggressive investigation and to delegitimize. As bad as it is, it meant something by an anonymous, really an ominous. You're going to see some statistics coming out. Americans of all walks of life rose up. Assistant Secretary Girard and Surgeon General Adams, heart, lung, and liver transplants annually. Advising lawmakers, but China's near supply chain. This Russia thing with Trump, I hope they now go and take a look at the oranges of the investigation, the beginnings. And every single car out there, even the really expensive ones, and we used to have Radio Free Europe, Radio Free Europe, the Nazis, the invasion of Normandy, and the liberation of Europe. A brilliant star shone in the east, wise men traveled far, really big beneficiaries. Whole state to be a sanctuary for criminal shield and shelter, criminal. Look, wait. The members of our armed forces, and you understand that very well. And the internet, if you think about this, rich traditions of this peninsula, expectations in the House for the midterm and midterm year. Waive all applicable state taxes despite these obstacles, Karen. The Central Command response and crisis response. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt as Hurricane Irma approaches. And he voted for Obama amnesty by a sleazebag lawyer named Abiante. That's what the United Nations is all about. Will not be tolerated any longer. Merry Christmas, everybody. We just have to say it. We just said another stock market. You saw that, right? The stock market. And to replace chasms of distrust ever foisted upon the American people. And then they announced there was no buys, no. Seek real bipartisan solutions. Made a pivotal, really, and I mean this was pivotal. Reauthorized the 9/11 victims. In April of 2014, our Army manned the air. It ran the ramparts. These historic accomplishments shades our embassies in Kenya and Tanzania. It's great to be back in Missouri, Ghana, Guinea, Nambia, Jerusalem. Thank the Minneapolis police. Venezuela's us working to improve this country and your terrific government. And God bless the United States. Thank you very much.
Maybe sit this one out, champ. But Biden, Biden, before you guys even come into the comment section with the whole but Biden thing, Biden tripped over his words too. And he's not president anymore, nor will he ever be. Next.